This is the first time I've had Wendy's and not felt terrible. I don't feel good, but I don't feel appalling.
This is the first time. Never mind. I was gonna say this is the first time I've gotten the Wendy's and not gotten the Baconator.
But that's what you ordered me.
That's what I know. I forgot.
You're a bitch. So you always get the Baconator other than now, and I wanted a Baconator real bad.
I actually always get the Sun.
The Son of Baconator?
Yeah, but I didn't want it today. I have a Son of Baconator.
I don't like it. Hey everybody, welcome to Food Fight. I am your main host, Austin. I am here on this side every week. Who are you?
I am the unmain host. I am Kane. I am here on this side sometimes.
This week, are you?
I am.
Wow! That's stupid. That's Show.
I'm Show.
Hey, Show. So the last time we did that, it was like the first episode. We were like, hey, do you want to introduce yourself, Show? And he was like, no.
I seemed very incredulous at the time.
You were outright cantankerous, I would say. Big word. So, Food Fight is a food review podcast show where we rate food based off of food math, the food algorithm.
Wait, slow down.
Why?
I'm at a loss. Tell me about food math.
It's like episode
No, well, I'm not at a loss. I'm talking for the audience.
Oh, you're doing a
Maybe
thing.
they're lost. Yes.
I see.
What is food math?
Food math is an algorithm that we put together in order that we got a professional mathematician to put together that we use in order to find the actual true score of a fast food chain. So to start, we have the food itself. And out of 100, food is only worth 50 because genuinely, I do believe it's half the
battle.
Battle.
Half the battle. Sorry.
Terrible at lip syncing. And then the next 30% is about the brand and the image of it. That's the marketing. It's what you think of when you think of the place. So you think of Wendy's. What do you think of? Well, give it to me. Give it to me. E. coli outbreak.
E. coli outbreak that they had.
That's it.
The chili in the finger.
That's what I think about.
The finger and the chili.
I totally forgot that was them.
Unlocked that just there.
That was them, yeah.
So hold on. You're saying, so that's like 30%. The other was 50%. So is that
that's
mathematician
80.
still in the building? Oh, thank God you could get that. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's 80.
That's
so
80.
that's
Do you know
good.
what the last 20 is? I'll let you take over. You're doing great.
Oh, you just helped me out because you said 20. I didn't even know what the number would be. So the last
you're
20.
Welcome, you're welcome.
The last 20.
We need like a pre-baked intro because it gets worse.
It gets longer.
It gets longer and worse. Okay, so the last 20, it is the success of the brand. So that's like how many of them there are, how much money they make. Because honest to God, if you've never heard of the place, it's not always because brand. It's because they just don't exist in your area. Like if you're thinking of some place that some people that are clearly wrong, like occasionally, like Zaxby's. If you're listening to this in Alaska, you don't know what Zaxby's is. You probably know what Wendy's is.
You probably hunt for your food.
Yeah,
Why are you watching this show? You're never going to be able to eat any of these items.
That's true.
Maybe that's why you are watching this show.
Winter is on the way. But if you are one of our esteemed mathematicians out there that eat along with us, this week you can finally go and sit down and be like, I have Wendy's anywhere. I'm in Japan.
Along.
I can go get Wendy's. I can eat along. Yeah.
They have Wendy's in Japan.
I think so. I kind of forget, but I'm pretty sure they do.
Did we look at show for a producer check, or do we look at show for something more sinister?
I really did look as like a. Hey,
I was trying to do some research. What did I miss?
No, it's okay, but I think I did a racist.
I think we did. I think we both did.
I think I did
on accident.
So then it's essentially.
Well, I did it on accident. He did it on purpose.
Well, I've just been, and I'm trying to. I did do it on purpose.
Is that a bus that just went by?
Yeah.
Is Austin under it?
Anyways, and then finally for score. It's the cost of everything. So we're going to take our final receipt that each of us paid, which they didn't even give me, so that's points off. And we're going to subtract from.
How are you going to prove to the court of law that you bought this food?
Well, I can't prove it, and that's why it's fraud.
And you get the score.
It was very pretty until right then.
It was very pretty.
Let's talk about the food. So, I liked mine. To really jump into it.
Yeah. Did you eat it all?
I ate it all. And I ate some of Kane's.
Did you eat all yours, Kane?
Eating it all is not
my burger. Ate all my burger.
It was a big burger. I'll be fair to him, and it's not really dinner time. However, I'm a brave warrior of food, and I can eat
one of the bravest.
Maximum at any point. So
I can eat maximum at any
I
point.
can eat maximum.
It's true.
I can eat at the maximum.
No, I've seen him do it.
It
It's
sounds
true.
like a superpower, though.
I
is.
begged him to stop.
Yeah.
I said, please,
when I
Austin, think about what
when
might
I
happen.
ate our 4th host, we were trying to bring on another.
Man, every week.
Yeah, it's so terrible. When I devoured him whole, Kane said, "Stop! I paid for him."
The
And I
pretzel
said,
bun,
so he's
the
on
pretzel
the
bun.
meal.
Can I say this real quick? The pretzel bun was not
Yeah,
salted.
please interrupt me.
Well, I thought it was going nowhere. The pretzel bun
true.
was
Cut
not
that.
salted.
Is that a thing you expect?
Really?
Like it
I
should be salted?
expected it to be salted.
It
and
should be
and
salted.
It bummed me
I
out.
agree with that.
And it bummed me out. And, like it
However-
was just like nothing.
I don't actually know. I've never sat down and tasted the difference of the pretzel bun and the normal bun, which is something we should have done
Ooh,
today.
that's smart.
It would have been.
Yeah.
However,
I've got some
I
other
do
good
know their
ideas for what we
difference.
should have
They're
done,
like-
but I'll do
they're
it later.
Like thicker. It's like more like normal bread. It's closer to normal bread. I don't know. It's
Yes.
not pretzel-y, to be real with you.
It's a little like it's like if you had a stale brioche.
Yes, it's like a stale brioche. I would agree with that. Probably
that
because
similar.
it kind of is.
You know what? If I comparing it directly to another food fight episode, the pretzel that we had at AMC
Was better.
was 10,000 times better. Like it at least had flavor. Like literally.
Was it that bad?
Well, no, because
Like,
I'm
to be
thinking.
real with
Well,
you.
because in my head I'm like, oh, this is
a
different.
bacon thing.
Here's a pretzel thing. Here's like a pretzel burger I'm gonna
then-
have, and I was like, oh, this is just a worse bun of the normal bun.
But I think the normal bun is like, I guess you don't really think about the bun, but I've been watching a lot of the Great British Bake Off, and I just watched a bread week before I got here. So I'm really thinking on the bun. I'm keying into it. The bun was like fine. I had no issues with it. It wasn't perfect. I've had better buns.
The
Like
standard
Five
little
Guys
junior
buns?
cheeseburger bun.
Dude, Five Guys buns? Ooh,
Okay.
they really tickle my pickle. But
Wow.
a Five Guys, dude, Five Guys is, I think, is the peak. Food, flavor-wise.
With that said, though, for me, like this, like straight up, I'm gonna
just
give
too expensive.
the pretzel baconator.
Yeah.
It's not that high on my list.
No, it's really not. But then what burger on their list is?
God, that's the problem is that I would get the baconator there if I had to, but it's like a gimmicky thing, and it's always too much
pretzel one?
ketchup. Well, no, just a normal one, but it's always too much ketchup and mayo.
always
It's like it's a
kinda
gross
bottle it.
amount of
Yeah,
how
they
much
always-
it is. It's
yeah.
insane.
And they mayo you,
Oh,
and they just
yeah, you get
they obliterate you
mayoed.
with some condiment.
You get condimented.
you every
can't,
time.
You can't help
Yeah,
it.
you can't just enjoy the bacon.
You eat it.
I'm kind of with it.
It's slipping down. If I had to, but
Oh.
I would be getting the nuggets, maybe exclusively now.
So
on.
this is a crazy thing that I've thought about. The one time I've gotten a Wendy, I don't go to Wendy's that much, right?
Yeah, me neither.
The one time
I used to
recently,
go all the time. All the time.
right? And you've stopped now, haven't you? Yep. So recently, though, there was one time I was like, I got to go back. And I did. And then I didn't get what I got last time. And I went, why am I here? I got a Baconator the second time. The first time I got a chicken sandwich. And it was really, really good. Their chicken is phenomenal. Their chicken is
Yeah, you know-
legit.
I'm surprised none of us got a spicy chicken sandwich. That
Yeah, I
was
know, I
like
feel
the
stupid
big
doing
thing
that.
for a
What they're
while.
known
But it's the
for.
problem
Wow,
of I
damn,
get
that's so
there
true.
and I
You're
see
right.
the pretzel Baconator and some neuron fires off in my brain.
I'm
It's
a
like, that's
sucker
what I
for,
want.
Like the
'Cause
the
it's
new
called a Baconator
combo
and I get
thing,
excited.
Like the new thing.
I think it's not even new. They've
not
had
even
it
that, you're
on and
right.
off
It really- they
for
have.
years.
They just changed the
Like,
one
here's
thing.
the thing. It wasn't on the menu, and I said, do you guys have the pretzel thing? And they said, yeah, probably. And I was like, okay.
All right. Great.
Aren't you in there?
I want it.
Can't you
Yeah,
see?
and then they said, and then it was like, can I have it? And they said, yeah, I guess so.
I guess we'd have to make it.
Yeah. We have to make a burger. So my little
This is
junior
it. The moment we've been waiting for.
Yeah, we did it. The last pretzel bun. That's why it's so stale.
That's why it was.
It's been
So
there for years.
let's do. So we did kind of burgers. Let's do French fries. How were the fries? So our Zaxby's
My burger was
takedown.
good.
I'm gonna call it a takedown, not much of a
Okay.
review.
Yeah, the Zaxby's expose.
But the fries themselves, expose. The
fries
fries
themselves.
were rough.
yeah,
How
which
does
is
these
weird
compare?
for Zaxby's. These fries, I think the fries are the peak of Wendy's.
I'm gonna go ahead and say this because I don't know if you remember this. You might have been too young. So, do you remember? This is a similar thing to the Domino's
Oh,
thing,
go on.
where
Where they
Wendy's-
revamped everything.
and they were literally like, our fries are good now. They had the whole
Trust.
it was a
No,
whole
they
thing.
even did our burgers are
What
They
good.
were
year
like,
was this?
Oh God, I remember
2010s.
I can tell you exactly what year it was because I went to go see The Fighter, the movie The Fighter, Christian Bale, 2010 movie The Fighter in the theater, and I went to go in Atlanta at the DeKalb Mall, the AMC. And I remember going to get the new fries there and being blown away by the fries and then blown away by Christian Bale's performance.
And now it's a core memory.
That was one of the best days.
Core memory. No, but that day
it's built you. To
but I do remember, or maybe it's just from
Is that
the
why
marketing.
we're at Wendy's after AMC? You went,
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
this.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I
did
don't know if it was their marketing saying we made our fries better or not, but in my head I was like, yeah, their fries used to be really bad.
So
like they used to not be good.
When that happened, then I was 9, and I still thought Burger King was good. So like I have no opinion.
So this is
pre-Wendy's time skip. I have no opinion.
This is a lore thing. I was going to say it in branding, but we're talking about the nostalgia of Wendy's.
This is a fluid show.
At one point, Wendy's was the largest purchaser of kale in the world.
What?
Why?
Because they used to have a salad bar.
That's right.
And
Yeah,
they
and it's
would
gone.
put
No, I didn't know that.
the kale as the layer between the ice and the salad bar itself.
This is when every
How
fast.
cool.
This is when like
is
all the
interesting.
big burger chains were like, we're gonna be healthy, we promise. Mm-hmm. I think it was because of the Super Size Me documentary, right? It was around that time.
Interesting.
It was
Wasn't
when I was a child. They had this salad bar. So like
God.
in
Okay,
the
so never mind.
90s, they were the largest purchaser of kale, and it was before anyone ate it.
Okay.
It was a pure like
just-
visual garden.
So they
That's
just got
crazy.
it and it rotted and they got more.
Yeah.
Because who the hell went to Wendy's and went, I'll be healthy today? You've lost, you idiot.
I'll get the chili.
Let me go.
When did the finger happen?
Yeah, what was the finger? Let's skip.
Hold on.
That could
Look,
be in our food
Well,
review.
okay,
You're
yeah,
right.
let's finish
that's
up
a
the
great
food.
idea.
but straight up the
Those are
fries.
Yeah, fries are good. I think the fries are the best part.
Fries are good.
I think the fries, it's like the best fry we've had on Food Fight so
But
far.
Wendy's doesn't have a signature sauce.
No, they don't. And I actually
Oh.
don't think that's that bad, though.
I'm a big sauce head.
I
I'm a
had
sauce
their
head.
barbecue. I have had their honey mustard before. So, like, Link, I know you don't see it right now, but I have had their honey mustard before. It's pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like passable. All their sauces are fine. I don't really think a place has to have the Wendy's sauce, but I could.
But places
I
do.
think they could use it. I'm kind of with it.
I mean-
if there was but I think their signature thing for fries is like we baconated our fries. We have
Yeah,
queso
I
for
don't like the
fries.
loaded fries.
No, and I think theirs are really bad.
I've never thought loaded fries were good.
They're the ones
No,
that do
loaded-
like the
idea.
spicy.
I'm gonna have to disagree on like just on a personal level. Loaded fries are so good.
They just get
I love
soggy,
loaded
and they
fries.
just like.
No, but that's why you got to use like specific fries. There's like a right way. If you go to like a
could-
restaurant, I'm saying not like fast food. A fast food place really can't do loaded fries correctly because it's just like it's too much, and it's just gonna be gross every time. But
That's
like,
what I'm saying.
oh,
That's my point. That's what I'm saying.
so would you get loaded fries at a because I thought you just said I don't like loaded fries.
Well, like,
Like at a restaurant,
but
I
yeah,
look at
but
loaded
I'm
fries,
gonna,
it's like an
but I'm gonna
appetizer.
go to Wendy's.
Let me get the loaded fries. No, okay, I'm caught up. What about you? How are your loaded fries? How do you feel about them?
I love them. I think they're one of
The
the more,
Wendy's,
The Wendy's fries.
the loaded ones.
Oh no, just regular
Just
fries.
regular fries.
I'm
Oh,
not
thank
a
God.
fan of the loaded anything
He's ready to get kicked
because
off the
Wendy's
show.
has a kick where they were doing like spicy cheese sauce or something like that.
You're a spicy cheese sauce.
Like,
They
no,
don't
Go
remember
through a
that.
couple kicks.
Yeah, there was like a little
They
thing.
do
but-
shit all the time.
Kick around some weird shit
Yeah,
every now and then. They're not afraid of it.
If you go to like, if it's like a meeting between the big greats, like McDonald's is like established, Burger King is like we're here too, and you ignore them. Wendy's shows up and they're like the Donald Trump in a like fast food debate.
No,
where they show up.
Honestly, I'm with
yeah,
you. I see
yeah,
what you're
yeah,
saying.
and they're just like I don't know, I fuck around. Like
Yeah.
they just show up and what's the Shane Gillis? It's not even Shane Gillis, but it's like for real. Trump was like, "There's tornadoes. Do you guys want me to nuke it?"
Oh yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
that's just.
that's
That's
what
what Wendy's
that's
would
what Wendy's
answer
would
with.
do.
That's how Wendy's.
They're like,
"Guys,
we got fries. You want
we
us to
have an
fucking
E.
nuke them
coli.
with
We
cheese
have
sauce?
an E. coli outbreak. We can't use lettuce anymore." And they're like, "Let's use
Kale.
No. That's
No, you're
like
wrong.
close.
Shut up.
Hey, shut up. Hey, shut the fuck up. Yeah. No, they would use peppers.
What do you think about the Frosty?
I don't like it.
Really?
I'll be honest. This was like the big reveal.
This was your first time ever
This was
having
my
a Frosty.
First conscious Frosty. I'm sure I've had it before. Well,
Unconscious.
I've been known to sleep eat. That's
Okay.
happened.
That's
What
fair.
happened?
Yeah,
So
no,
there's a
that's fair.
recording of me on someone's phone in middle school Sorry. I was
Sorry.
asleep in the back of a bus. Well, because he always says like, "Can I see?"
No, I know it's always.
Because he always
I
likes to check.
I want the
I
footage.
to check.
I'll
Yeah,
tell you.
it's true.
these are
You knew
people
I was gonna ask.
I know, and I'm getting ahead of it. So I'm sleeping in the back of a bus. This is like on the way home from a band thing because I was a fucking nerd, and somebody
Same.
like puts a fry in my mouth and I just devour it.
Just asleep.
Yeah. And
that's
I don't know if
awesome.
I was just like messing with them or what, but I have no memory of eating that fry. Mainly because that was like 10 years ago, and I have no memory of anything back then. So I don't know if
I
it
want
did
to try
or
that
didn't
on
happen.
you. I want you to like fall asleep on set and just like
I choke and die.
put a little. You could die.
Yeah.
He's like, "What are you doing?" I was feeding him.
Yeah, I don't know. So you shoved a burger in his mouth?
So you killed him.
He was asleep. You just murdered him, and he suffocated and died. Cool. So yeah. With
Yeah,
all
I give
that
the
said,
I give the Frosty like a
is
5.
like a 2. I didn't like it. Well, because like
Hold
I don't
on,
know.
hold
okay,
on, hold
okay,
on.
okay.
If we're gonna start
The
saying
problem-
scores, let's like
The
try and
problem with
compile
we're
something.
here, like that's the last thing, right?
Yeah. Right, but
The
we're gonna-
problem with the Frosty is it's that everybody's like, you gotta get Frosty. It's so good. Oh my god, it's worse than Dairy Queen.
Are
And
there
Dairy
people-
Queen is
are-
like the bar.
Are there
It's like
are there
that.
people that really are that into the Frosty?
The people that I talk to from Atlanta, which are psychos, and they're like, Wendy's is a great deal, which, you know what? They're kind of right. And they're like, you gotta get Frosty.
not a bad-
Bro, just go buy ice cream at Walmart. Just stop it. Stop eating Frosties. Make Wendy. If Wendy's had to go on a campaign and say, our burgers and fries are shit now, then they have to do it for the Frosty because this is appalling and it makes me want to burn down their
Wow.
residence.
Where else can you get a Frosty to go?
You can't get a Frosty anywhere else. It's a
That's-
Wendy's specific.
Is it, so don't they
But I'm
just
saying-
like on a level? It doesn't have to be good.
Yes, they do because it's ice cream.
They're
It's
like-
ice cream or a milkshake. It's too
They
close.
said it's us or no one.
It's us or no one,
What
but
is
it's
it?
it's them
What-
and literally anybody else
'cause-
that makes a
because-
milkshake-esque thing. Cookout does this, but better.
So
Just
all
like
the Frosty
outright.
is
I hate
just
them.
a different ratio of milk
It
to
must
ice
be.
cream.
Yeah,
right?
it's just not blended.
like
right.
of a milkshake.
Yes.
Like it's,
It's
not.
blended, which is fine. I have no issue with it not quite being a milkshake. If that's what it needs to be, that's cool. Other people can make this extremely easily. This isn't some like magic thing, okay? And it doesn't taste good.
Yeah.
And it pisses me off.
It used to piss me off as a kid when I would try. I would like have it and be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, and it doesn't work.
Drink it.
Well,
You, like,
that
drink
would
like
piss me off too if I tried to drink out of a spoon.
Well, yeah. I mean, I was a little idiot.
I know it's stupid, but you can't do it with a straw either, and it's annoying.
No, but you can't do it with a straw either.
And,
that was the
and
point
people
of my
scream.
thing.
People scream online. There's at least one person that's like, "You gotta dip the fry in the Frosty."
'Cause of-
no, it's not
I
good
think
either,
it's-
and I'm
I-
owning it.
I'm gonna go ahead and say this for me. The first time I heard about that wasn't
now?
even Frosty specific. I saw like on the Kim Possible episode where she dipped her fry in her milkshake. But then after I saw the episode, everyone started
That's
doing
like a
it
diner thing.
for Frosties. Yeah,
Frosties?
but then
Weird.
But I hadn't heard. I
actually
mean, like
tracks.
in my zeitgeist, I
Do you
hadn't
think
heard
that's
about
like a-
that.
Do you
since
think that's
then.
more so? Because I don't think that just started because of Kim.
No, I don't think so
Possible.
either. But I think it was
That's
like
just like the first time
for
you
me being a
consciously
kid
considered
at,
it.
at
Yeah.
the school ground
That was
when we
the
were
thing that
talking
did
about.
it.
Like, I think
That's
the
in
thing
the
that
same
put it
way
into the cultural zeitgeist.
that, like to this day, whenever you see a green tinted woman, you get really excited. By the way, anybody who looks like Shigo, please put your Instagram in the comments.
Yeah. If you look like Shigo.
If you look like Shigo or the blue guy from Kim Possible, please let
Oh my
me
God!
know.
Yes.
I don't know what his name is, but that guy's
what was
So
his
out of,
name?
out of 50,
Shigo. No,
Wendy's out of 50.
I'm gonna be so real with you. I like the food. Oh, I also had nuggets. They were good. Like actually better than the burger. Straight up.
Not spicy nuggets, just regular nuggets.
Yeah, and the spicy nuggets are better, but I didn't eat those, so they don't count. I'm gonna give it like a 38. I really didn't like the Frosty. The Frosty,
took it
out
down.
of 5 was a negative 12. I didn't like it. Or negative 8.
How was the soda? I guess we always have been
Oh
talking
yeah, we have
about
soda
the
sauce.
soda.
talk
This is
about the
like
soda,
very
you're right.
standard fast food soda.
standard.
It is very standard. Takes nothing away. I don't notice any
It's not like
problem.
going to Sonic to get in the drink.
It's
not
not
like
all
going to
syruped up.
McDonald's.
It's
not
properly
like
carbonated. It's not as good as McDonald's Coke,
nope, but it's like just.
but it's not offensive,
run the
so
mill.
it's fine. It gets the gullet going.
So I will say. 20.
Okay.
That pretzel sucked, huh?
The Baconator wasn't that good. The fries
What a shame.
weren't as
I think
good.
it helped that for once I had a small thing to eat And that made it easier.
It made it easier.
Because I think if I had like the proper double.
Here's the
patty
problem, right?
analogy-
Is that
By the way,
I
I
wanted
like to
the
say-
nuggets.
Yeah,
I wanted the
it's
nuggets.
easier to
I
go.
wanted a
Yeah,
small
you didn't
burger.
get 'em.
I wanted
Mine
a
was
pat-
really good.
I didn't get it.
Mine was
I didn't
really
want the
good.
Baconator. I specifically didn't order it.
Mine was
I had to
good.
get
Thanks,
it.
bud.
So, like me
Yeah.
giving the review of the place, it's like I
Yeah.
didn't get what I wanted. I
This
didn't
is
like it.
better.
I don't know
And
what to
I
say.
didn't either because I'm still hungry.
I wanted a fucking chicken
yeah,
nugget.
let me tell you, I'm still very hungry and I have to cook when
So
I
I
get
feel
home.
bad that this is our rating system that the mathematicians that we hired came up with,
No, this is part of it.
but it's the science.
No. This is still a part of the science.
This is
Because
the
if you got
science
what you
behind
wanted
it.
every time, it'd be a 50.
That's
not
true.
fair. You gotta
That's not
experience new
fair.
things.
And you're right.
Show,
20.
did you like what you ate? You don't have to give a score. Did you like it?
It's fine. It's standard. It's exactly what I've been getting for over when they updated the burger. I've been getting the same exact
That's a
thing.
veteran speaking. Maybe this is why he
That
needs to
or
be
a
on
spicy
that
chicken
side,
sandwich.
because he's like the Commodore of spice.
He is though. He's a little too much for us. And I don't know if that's.
He's
another
too
thing.
experienced.
Yeah.
He's a veteran.
What do you? Anyways,
I'm
so
saying you're a
20.
veteran. That's a
no,
compliment.
I'm getting on to Kane. Austin,
20
you're
points.
fine. Kane.
20 points. If I had the Nuggets, I would have given it a 30 probably, but I didn't. So I
gave mine a
can't.
38 because I had.
But
the
I
nuggets
did
in it.
not,
Hey,
and so
let's
I
move
cannot.
on. What time are we at?
Oh, it's time. So branding. So we already talked
This is
about.
such a long answer
Yes.
for like their branding.
So you want to rattle off the things that Wendy's is most well known for?
Yes.
So chicken. So
Let's go through it.
Finger.
Finger in the chili.
2005.
I was gonna at least give them the like fair, like the Wendy's Twitter is the most revolutionary
Twitter.
viral
Wendy's Twitter
marketing
is great.
any corporate anything has and will ever do. The closest I can think of is Slim Jim, where you message Slim Jim on like Tumblr and they say go jerk off.
That's
Because
awesome.
whoever started the Slim Jim, or like Denny's, it was Denny's because it was like completely unregulated. And it was before anybody cared. It was on Tumblr. So they were like, hey, Denny's, what do you think of this? And said, I've been looking at furry porn today. And you go, cool, Denny's, that's nice. That
That's
tracks.
so awesome.
But like Wendy's has to like, to some degree, if you're like, hey, Wendy's, what do you think of me? And Wendy's Twitter is like, you look like shit today. And then they're like, I'm going to end my life. Wendy's has to be like, hey, we didn't really mean that. This was spoken from someone who no longer has a job. Like, they have to backtrack. Otherwise, they get in a lot of legal trouble. And, you know, like, to some degree, they have to. But I think it is the most successful viral marketing anything.
I agree.
And it sucks because it's actually ruined every other corporate Twitter.
Because
at some
they
point,
always try to be
I
like-
would love to just be able. Again, this is where McDonald's is always they're ahead because they don't bother, they don't try. Burger King tried that stuff. Hardee's really tried because they're on drugs. But like, you know, if I tweeted at a brand, which I do every day, I wake up and go, "Who am I tweeting today?" And I just see if I can get a response, and
Captain
then I
Crunch.
report them. Yeah, I tweet Captain Crunch and said, "Why the fuck do you let all the berries in the Captain Crunch this time?
Oops, where are all the normal ones?
Why did you fuck up?"
How did the factory fuck up so bad that y'all misprinted a million
idiot.
boxes
And
of
Captain-
oops, all
yeah, and
berries? Are
Captain
you
Crunch-
fucking kidding
If Captain
me?
Crunch had a snarky remark, I'd be furious. But if he was just like, "We're sorry this happened to you. We'll make sure to rectify this issue in our next batch of Captain Crunch trademark cereal." Wendy's fucking did it first, though, so they do it
Yeah,
right.
Wendy's,
And
they get
still
some points
kinda-
for that.
They still kind of got the heat.
They
to
get
be
points for
honest.
that. They get points for the finger in the chili. That's a cool story.
They have the
Awesome.
only
Don't know if it's
commercials.
true or not. Is that true?
So actually,
I think it's true.
it was a fraud perpetrated by the person who found
thought
it.
so.
Oh.
Someone that she knew had lost a finger. She pocketed the finger, dropped it into the chili, made the claim, did a whole thing. Has already gotten in trouble. It was said and
Right.
done
Okay.
within like
so
the same year.
I have some personal notes that I wrote down about like other that you can go ahead and with your own. I think this is where we
Okay.
should talk about Dave Thomas.
Well,
right?
I've got one about Dave.
Okay, you go on ahead.
Who's Dave?
So Dave,
Dave
Thomas
Thomas.
is the founder of Wendy's.
Which was founded in when?
1960.
No, older. It's newer than that.
1960.
I believe it's 68.
1975 is when the Wendy's franchise started.
But the first store
It's
I
opened in,
wanna
like,
say was
68.
68.
in Columbus, Ohio.
That's
Yes.
crazy.
It's not the oldest chain, but it's not a spring chicken. Because a lot of what I would consider like the newer chains that are big enough to be like a successful chain are usually in the 90s.
Well,
Wendy's is.
You know that he didn't start at Wendy's, right? You know that he worked for another fast food company.
I do know that. Do you want to start this now?
I think so.
All right, let's do
Why
it.
not?
So Dave Thomas is actually kind of an interesting guy. This is the dude who started Wendy's, blah, blah, blah. He originally served in the Korean War. And then afterwards, he opened up a restaurant near whatever base he was in. I would assume he was honorably discharged. And then somebody who wasn't ever honorably discharged and actually should be tried for stolen valor, Colonel Sanders himself walked into Dave Thomas's restaurant and said, I want to make this a KFC. And Dave Thomas was like, you're smoking crack. Get away from me. And then KFC, the Colonel himself.
Like the Colonel.
The Colonel.
The Colonel.
Actually,
To
he was,
the Dave Thomas.
yeah.
Yes.
Walked up and he was like, I want to
The
make this
Colonel
a
from KFC walked up
Yeah.
to Dave from Wendy's and said, hey, I want to fucking make this a
I wanna make
KFC.
this a KFC. And
I don't know why
eventually
it
he
sounds like
broke.
that.
And he was like, all right, we can franchise this. This will be a KFC. I don't care. And so at some point, this is not to say he was like mainly just a chef either. He was more, I think, in the corporate side of things.
Yeah,
After,
for sure.
After not a very long amount of time, because he is the one that's responsible for the Colonel being in like the main focus of their marketing campaign.
Dave Thomas, the founder of Wendy's.
The founder of
is
Wendy's.
The reason why the Colonel Sanders Colonel is
like
the
a
centerpiece
character
of
in-
KFC.
Yes, he's literally, that's why. I think he was always the logo, to be fair, or like near the logo, but he's the reason he was like their
I don't
advertiser.
know if you saw this or not. Dave Thomas invented the advertisement. It came with the advertisement
He
of the
created advertising.
rotating bucket of fried chicken that
Yes.
turns the
Yes.
Colonel Sanders' face with chicken coming out.
Yes. He's that
he
reason.
he created that ad.
To my knowledge, he was also the person that came up with the chicken bucket.
I'm sorry.
That
Yes,
might
like
be-
he literally created the chicken,
Yeah,
like the
he
whole
was
everything about it.
He came back from the Korean War and was like, I have a new tech dropped by the
Yeah,
U.S. military.
buckets.
This is a fucking bucket.
Where is his origin story film? It'd be pretty
Yeah,
cool.
I fucking know.
Like,
but
we
the
have to-
thing
I
is,
think he's.
I'm
Is he
su-
dead? Is he alive?
he's very dead.
He's very dead.
He died in 2002.
Nah, it's very dead.
And in 2003, he was given the Presidential Medal of Honor.
That's sick.
Which is rad.
By
For-
George
by
W.
George
Bush.
Lol W. Bush.
That's
For his
awesome.
military service.
probably his
not
military
for
service, to be fair.
Wendy's.
But-
Not for Wendy.
But-
We're not complaining.
However, he was, throughout the 90s and 80s, a very prominent figure. I wasn't aware of this at all. This is something that hasn't really carried over into modern culture.
The
But
Dave.
the Dave Thomas
Top
as a
thing,
character
yeah.
was very big in Wendy's marketing. They copied the Colonel style, and he was I just copied Wikipedia.
So
full
really,
disclosure.
Dave Thomas, for all intents and purposes, may have created the founder narrative that we
Literally.
like use in marketing
Yeah, because
now.
he did it twice and it worked both times. So the idea
Kind of.
is
Right?
Right, I guess.
I mean, literally though, he had to have. Ronald McDonald didn't fucking start McDonald's.
Yeah, they did. The McDonald's brothers did.
They're not clowns. That's my
but-
point. I'm just saying, like Dave Thomas is a dude.
Oh, as like
and
the
Colonel
founder,
Sanders
as
is
a
Like the founder
So
as-
it's like
But
this-
how
as
many
the guy.
things are that?
A lot of tech
Papa
companies.
John's?
A lot now.
Papa John's.
I'm
Papa
just
John's.
saying it exists. It's a thing.
A lot of tech companies
It's not
are that
all
way.
clearly, but it's plenty. It's enough.
Interesting.
And so, and like Elon Tesla, that's a guy.
That's a guy.
With his natural self-effacing style and his very relaxed manner, Thomas quickly became a household name. Actually, a company survey during the 1990s. This might be a Wendy survey, so who fucking knows if this is actually like valid? We'll say it is because I read it somewhere on the internet.
Yeah.
A decade during which Thomas starred in every Wendy's commercial that aired found that 90% of Americans knew who Thomas was. 90% of Americans knowing who you are.
I saw a thing that said that he
crazy.
had aired in over 300 adverts. for
Like different
Wendy's.
ones.
Yes.
Yeah, probably. I would believe that because it sounds like he was just in all of them. After more than 800 commercials, it was clear that
That's
Thomas played a major role in
insane.
Wendy's status
All
as the quote-unquote third most popular burger chain in the States. I don't know if that's true, but whatever.
That's
I mean,
cool.
probably.
Also, Wendy's is named after his daughter.
Yep. So let's get to the bad stuff.
Yeah.
Dun, dun,
Now let me actually put this in the air. Bad stuff isn't always a points against.
No, it's true.
It's more things
That's
you
true.
think about. It keeps you in the public eye.
Yeah, it's
I
true.
don't actually say it. Wendy's has
No,
always
you're
had a
not
pretty
wrong.
robust
Any
advertising.
news is good news.
Advertising-wise, I think recently, as with a lot, nobody really knows what people want anymore, so advertising's much
They
harder.
weirdly remember when they weirdly had Reggie Bush on their advertisements for like fucking 4 years, but 8 years after he was famous
Yeah.
for playing in the
Good for
NFL,
him.
like just
for him.
weird.
And there was this big string of commercials where they had a dude. Is this what you're I don't know who Reggie Bush is, to be real with you.
This might be the guy. you're talking
Okay,
about.
so it was a dude was Wendy. And like was the Wendy's, it was a dude in like a red pigtail wig, and he would just be in like weird events. Like there's one time he's like leading a charge in a battle, then you see the Baconator or something. It's like so
think that's some
whack,
weird
but
ads.
it's like it's a commercial that's very burned into my mind.
I have another one. Where's the beef? That's
the beef?
also
Huge.
Wendy's.
That's also
Huge commercial.
That's also
So,
Wendy's.
like,
Okay, let's get to the bad stuff.
I don't know what firm it is that they've been hiring for their marketing, or if
Yeah, I
they
don't
do
know.
it internally. But
It must be internal because it's too consistent.
yeah, like
I,
it's
like it
good.
really. There is some
And the
work
new
culture.
chain of Wendy's commercials are actually quite good.
Yeah, they are.
Relatively
I think so.
speaking. You know, the
'Cause
fun,
they're more
fun group of people.
simplistic
Yeah,
than
yeah.
like a traditional. But I think that's also because they have the online aspect, and people just like Wendy's Twitter is out of pocket. You know what I mean? So let's get to some of the bad stuff. There's the fingy, which apparently isn't true.
Apparently not true.
A lady almost died of E. coli. To be honest, that sounds like it should be like a whoa, that's a big deal. Killing like one lady in a long time.
That's
She didn't even
nothing.
die. Who
I'd probably
cares?
kill the lady.
Don't say that. So this goes back to like an MMR or two ago. The literal first MMR, we were talking about you being a murderer,
Yeah, the
and you
first
wanted
thing,
us
yeah,
to
that's
stop. So you should.
Yeah, I did.
You yourself should stop. So Kane, while snooping around, found something extremely whack. I have no other way to put it. They made a fucking tabletop RPG.
You're
Yes.
kidding.
You'll
Show-
love this.
What?
You really will love
Okay,
this.
so I'll send you the PDF. I downloaded it. So it's 98 pages.
It's real.
It's
a
a
30
real. So
it's
it's like a real manual.
I put it-
So
okay,
legit.
It is
dude.
a 30-page player handbook. It's like well-written-ish. It has really dumb jokes, to be honest, the whole way through. And I do.
When did this come out? Like in the 80s?
2019. No, 2019, bro.
What?
No,
Yeah, 2019.
yeah.
Because it was
Post
I
Stranger
think
Things.
My knowledge,
Probably.
I think yes. But the first time I could see
It's called
anything
Feast of
up-
Legends or something?
It's called Feast of Legends. The first time I could see anything coming up is because of Critical Role. They did a deal with Critical Role, and I wonder if they made it because of that.
Probably.
But I'm not sure. But I'm imagining it is.
They might have made it for
But the
Critical Role.
interesting part is you cannot find that live stream or upload from Critical Role anymore. They took it down because of other Wendy's controversies where they abuse their workers.
Oh no! American corporations doing bad stuff.
Yeah, this one in particular is actually kind of bad.
All right, let's hear about it.
Yeah. So let me pull up an article if you have any. Do you know what this is? We
I-
each did our research.
Is this like really bad?
This is really bad.
Like on a scale of 10, this is an 11?
This is a 9. at
Wow.
best. So
Oh, love to hear it.
they are not part of. You may not actually know what this is. So Cho has worked higher up in a certain food restaurant, fast food chain kind of thing. So
Yes.
you would understand about like sourcing food to some degree, right?
Yes.
The Fair Food Project, is that something you're aware of?
It's one of many things that help ensure that food gets to the correct places.
Wendy's, in very stubborn behavior, has not agreed to be a part of it. They're one of very, very few. That's bad.
It's very American. America's never signed the Geneva Convention, so
Is that true?
yeah.
So other big brands like Subway, Taco Bell, and McDonald's have all signed up for this after some pressure. Wendy's just straight up refuses. And what it literally exists for is, let's see, it's a small little thing. Encourages retail food companies to reverse the impact of their enormous economic leverage by agreeing to only purchase from suppliers who meet fundamental human rights standards and to pay a small premium to help improve farm workers' failing and falling incomes. This is from ethicalconsumer.org. If you want to go fact check me, as a direct quote.
I mean, if we really want to get into it, there's a whole thing about the beef industry. Like, there's a book called The Omnivore's Dilemma, which is absolutely fantastic, and it talks about how our overdependency on commodified food has created the kind of food landscape that we're dealing with right now. And the fact that Wendy's refuses to do it, because I bet you McDonald's can just afford to pay the extra.
They probably
Right?
do.
Sure.
Yum brands
But
can just pay
here's
for the
thing.
extra. Wendy's is
So
like the
can
outlier.
Wendy's.
Because they're number
Wendy's
3,
totally
right?
could. Wendy's is. I looked up a list on Wikipedia. This is where I get a lot of info. But Wikipedia is pretty reliable in general. It marked them as number 15 biggest fast food chain in the world.
Are we starting to move to success?
We're
getting
I have a
close.
thing I want to talk about success that I think will put it into a perspective. Once I tell you this,
Yeah.
do you want me to tell you? I'll tell you.
Yeah. Go.
Okay, so
That's the best tease of all time.
Well, I mean, so
I'll tell you. I'm
I'm gonna tell y'all something really cool
teased me
right
good.
now.
share
You have to
price.
tell me now.
Share price.
Share price.
Wendy's, about $20 right now, time of recording.
Okay.
$20 per share. Now, for example, they could just have a lot of shares in circulation. You know, whatever.
Yeah, share
whatever.
price doesn't necessarily
mean a value
anything.
thing. It's
There's
all pegged against
It's
whatever.
more so you want to look at the company's total value of shares.
Domino's, $400 a share. So that kind of financial disparity alone, why would Wendy's have a bajillion
many
more
more shares.
shares than Domino's would?
I would assume some of it's because it's older, and usually more shares just exist the longer a large company goes on. So could you do me a favor then and actually look up Domino's market cap and Wendy's market cap? And I think
Yeah.
that's going to give a very clear picture. Not to say that I think Domino's is like that much smaller than Wendy's. I don't think it is. But I'm actually not even sure Wendy's is bigger. I think they are, but it's not close. Or it's close.
4 million market cap Wendy's?
Mm-hmm.
15 billion.
4 million? That's the
4
market
billion,
cap?
sorry. 4 billion and then 15 billion.
I was like, I know people
So,
with a 4 million market cap.
Domino's, the number 2 or 3 pizza chain in the world is 3 times larger than Wendy's.
Mm-hmm. I think Wendy's has a hard time in other markets.
Yeah.
I think outside of the U.S., Wendy's has a struggle because it is really fucking greasy.
We're teasing into success, so
Let's go to
let's
success.
finish
Let's
up
move on.
brand. So out
Yeah.
of 30,
So brand, I mean, it's got to be like a 20.
It's got some cool. Dave's a
It's-
cool character.
It literally might be our first perfect brand.
Dave's a cool character.
you want me to convince you to make it 30?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where's the beef? They did a EP with it, a limited edition, like small, like 4 tracks.
Yeah.
We beefin'.
We beefing.
They
That's sick.
released a musical album.
This is 30.
I'm
It's
gonna
gotta be a 30.
give it a 27.
Will you meet me at 28?
I will do the show.
go down to
I will do
29.
something cool for the show, and I will meet you at 28 if you'll go down.
I'll go to
From-
29.
from 29
That
to
feels
29.
better.
Okay.
Did it make a difference? Yes. Let's move on.
Okay.
Let's talk about its success.
Let's talk about success. So I didn't get a lot of the numbers for success. Usually that's where I try and look, but I got extremely interested in Dave Thomas's history and things to talk about for that. But the things we know is there is definitely a lot of things get like a big 3. You know what I mean? There's like a big 3 of like shows at a time. There's a big 3
Okay.
of books. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
There's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
'cause
Sure,
I
sure,
think
sure,
it's
sure.
because that comes from like there's only room in the public
Yeah.
conscious for like
Yeah,
3
for like
things at a
3
time.
things. At one, two,
Humans
but
can
it's-
remember up to 7 things very reliably.
Yeah, exactly. And 3 of those are taken up by burger chains. So we're pretty locked
the
in.
top 3 burger chains at any moment.
So
you know.
I think in the States, it is McDonald's, Burger King, and Wendy's. I think that's our big 3. Wendy's
right.
being in the same conversation as McDonald's and Burger King is a pretty big deal, I'd say.
I'm going to say that I would go to a Wendy's before a Burger King, just on the level.
I'm going to guarantee you I would.
I agree. I think I agree. I do wonder if that's the sentiment in America.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's true or not.
I think the people that still eat Burger King just haven't stopped eating it from when they were little. Like you need to take a hiatus.
Burger King's it's for children. It's a
No,
child's
it's worse.
food.
It's worse than that because when you're a little kid, you don't know what you're eating. And you just kind of suck it in your gullet because you get your frozen Coke and you don't pay attention to the rest of it. And you just go,
The
"I like
problem
frozen Coke."
is they will, and so can Wendy's sometimes, but Burger King will happily sell you a burger without cheese on it and not try to get you to put cheese on it, and that pisses me off. And I don't like how their burgers don't have cheese. It just makes me irrationally mad. So we can move on. So now we're talking about it all.
Wendy's. So, Austin, you picked up our food for this episode.
I did.
So I kind of want
Which was
you
different
to
than
hear
usual,
this so you
but
can
we were
react.
trying to get out of here early.
Wendy's, #1 brand for the fastest drive-through. Consistently rated as having one of the fastest drive-throughs.
That's
Chick-fil-A being one of the slowest.
I just think that's straight wrong. Am I crazy for that?
You're not crazy because that's can't be true.
Yeah,
It
I
is-
don't believe
it is
Who
true.
did that test? They're wrong.
Probably QSR or something
No,
like
it's
that.
probably
QSR magazine.
Wendy's. Is more my point.
There's some dude named Wandy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Wanda.
consistently it is rated as the fastest
I just don't think that's
drive-thru.
true. I don't know. Maybe I'm just go to specifically bad ones.
That's
but
pretty cool, though.
The one in my hometown is really slow. The ones here are really slow. Like multiple are
You
really
know what,
slow.
though?
The ones I go to in Atlanta are really slow.
I'm gonna say this
Every single
though.
Wendy's I've ever been to is really
is it
fucking
like,
slow.
Is it like a bullshit thing though, where they like have the fast times because they say, "Oh, could you actually
'Cause they
pull
go at
up?
2 a.m..
Could you pull up ahead?" And so that you go through the thing, so you're
So
not
I'll
on
be
our list
completely
anymore.
honest.
It's gotta
For
be a trick.
metrics, that does count because there's a little, like you pass over the bar and it counts it. So it just counts the 1, 2, and it resets the
And do you
counter.
know where
so
my
it
line
is a
was?
statistical thing.
Do you know
yes.
what my line was of 7 cars? It was in front of the drive-thru window.
Yeah.
Interesting. So they gamed it.
Yeah.
So they gamed it. I'll be honest, run it. Fucking run the scam. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
And you know what? But then like, okay, so we talked about it before. You don't like Chick-fil-A, and it's for very valid reasons, right? We will never go there simply because they're kind of a piece of shit company. However, if you've been, you know that line can be out to the street.
That's
And
true.
you
What you're
will
about to
still
say is true.
You will still leave Chick-fil-A within like 5 minutes.
That's true.
At most. Chick-fil-A moves.
So because they get rated at the bottom every single year, they've developed a lot of technologies to do that. So that's why they have 3 or 4 people per
Yeah.
line, the dual
Going.
orders.
I've
all
worked
that
there.
kind of
God, could you
Yeah.
imagine if Wendy's was so fucking busy that they needed like 2 lines and 4 people standing outside
Yeah.
taking orders?
You know what? And
That'd
you know
be
what? If
nuts.
it was like that, I would probably go to Wendy's more.
No, me too.
Because it would be efficient.
No.
So here's where I.
No, every time you
badmouth
go to Wendy's,
more.
they're like, "Holy shit, we have to make a
Yeah.
burger." I don't know
wouldn't
how
really-
the fuck. It's
I
like,
want it to be nice and brand because they do have a good like advertising scheme. I'm putting the failure of going to the restaurant and eating and trying to get food. That's going in success for some reason.
Okay.
Do
It's
not ask me
that's
why.
It might
fair.
be because
where it
the
goes.
corporation is doing well, but the franchise,
Yeah.
individualized franchises are not.
I think
Yes.
they're problematic. Okay, so
all
Success
right.
out of 20.
success out of 20.
Because remember,
No. I'm not done with my rant.
okay,
My rant's just getting started.
Yeah, we might go
So
down.
they're open. Oh, we're going down. So they're open until like midnight, I think.
Yes.
Here. At midnight or 11.
One.
I can't remember.
1.
So, do you know how many times I've gone to in my old apartment that burned down? So there's not even evidence I live there.
That's true.
However, trust me. So
True.
I would go to the Wendy's that was near my place. It was like 5 minutes. Open till 1. I'd go there consistently. Past like 8, our card machine's down.
The
And then I
card
moved to a new
machine.
place. Our card machine's down. Past like 8. Past literally like 8 o'clock. I go at 9. Our card machine's broken. Only cash. We're not baking burgers. It's 10. We're kind of done with burgers. Fucking close.
Yeah.
Just close. Stop lying. That's
so
so
that's
annoying.
a franchise thing because I know for a fact that restaurants are not allowed to just close.
So what? Success.
Out of 20, out of 20, out of 20.
Out of 20, they're very successful. They're one of the biggest brands in the world. Like they're huge.
Truly are. They have tons of restaurants
Yeah.
internationally as well.
Sounds like their market cap is low. I don't know what. Like they're positive in revenue.
Yeah,
Like,
I
they're
mean,
profit.
so
they make a profit.
They do about 10% profit, like gross profit. So, revenue of, hundreds of millions. And so they're raking in, 50s of millions. So, it's quite successful, I think.
No, it's extremely successful. And I mean, like, they're a household name. You know what? If somebody says, let's go to Wendy's, you probably aren't.
You're not
shocked.
going to be confused.
Yeah. It's when somebody says,
Oh, what's that?
okay, that really doesn't happen. But
Wendy's,
I more
what's
mean, like,
that? Where-
But I more mean, like, if someone is like, let's go to Panera Bread, you're like, you got to convince me a little. Somebody says, let's go to Wendy's, let's get some nuggets. It's like, okay, that's more of a branding thing.
true.
But my point is more so like, they're very household name.
No, they are.
It's got to be.
You can find
but-
one.
But I'm going to take points off for being annoyed at the franchises because I actually do think that's a bit of a failure to the degree that I do not go to Wendy's. Like, not.
That was
weird.
That was not weird. That was loud and scary.
That showed up. That's my tummy because I ate food. So, yeah, I gotta give it like a 10. It really should be higher, but I get so extremely frustrated trying to eat at the location.
Right.
Like,
So
consistently.
like everything's saying like, "Hey, come eat," and you're like, "Yeah, I love everything
I
you're
get
giving."
there, and if you don't eat between like, if you don't go there at like lunch, you shouldn't go to Wendy's.
Right.
Which is not great because
it's open a lot.
I want to make a sandwich for lunch, right? You know what I mean? Like, if you're college age, you should eat lunch at your apartment, your dorm, or at your home if you're a trust fund baby. Like, you should make your own lunch, and then you go out for dinner because it's more fun, right? Like, realistically, is that an unfair assessment?
That it's more fun to have dinner than lunch.
Yes. Well, because it's the end
It's
of the
an
day.
interesting assessment.
Well, it's because it's the end of the day. You're done with all your stuff. You go out, you go get your dinner, you come back because you're already like done and retired.
I
from the
understand.
day.
I understand.
Right.
I
No, I'm a
understand
psycho.
that.
I'm okay with
I
that.
understand what you're saying.
I'm very aware what I'm saying is
Okay.
extremely psychopathic.
Okay.
So 10.
Okay.
Yeah. And I am
Because fucking
like very agreeable. So I'll also say 10.
cool. You have no opinion on this opinionated show. Show, get the fuck over here. Show, what's your score? What's your success score?
I'd honestly say 10.
I like shows 10 more. I don't know why. It sounded more valid.
I'd honestly say
You should have led like that.
I'll match your score at 10.
Okay.
All right, so we've got so far food right now.
What time are we at?
Man, we gotta finish up.
Are we at an hour?
We are 50 minutes, 54 minutes.
No, we're okay. We're okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
But,
Okay.
No. Wrap
Yeah,
up.
super good.
Let's go.
We're okay. We're okay.
I'm the
Hurry
producer.
fuck
I
up.
fucking tell you. What do you mean you tell me to wrap up?
Don't you ever.
Wrap.
Oh, don't start that shit.
I know.
That is my, and I know you're an audio guy. You'll agree. It's my pettest fucking peeve. I cannot fucking stand
Holy
that.
shit, me
Pettest
neither.
fucking
I've
peeve?
never fucking heard that in my life.
cannot
That's
fucking-
incredible.
I cannot
like-
fucking stand
Holy shit,
if I'm
Mike.
listening to like an audio-based thing and somebody's like, fuck
Pettest
you, shut up.
fucking
Shut the
peeve.
fuck up. I'm even like that on Discord. All my friends have now learned, and it's a better experience. All my friends even now agree with me. I am the dictator of mics on my Discord. And so if somebody's like eating a mic, I go mute. And everybody immediately goes, thank you, Austin. Because I'm right. Except Nate. He's a piece of shit. Love you, Nate.
Austin,
Anyways,
so far,
psycho.
total score,
It's
77.
I think
77.
That's good.
It's our highest score I think
is
we've
our
had.
highest
That's
score.
high.
That's good.
38 on food, 29 on brands.
Yeah.
10 on success, which
Yeah.
is still actually, I think, quite high
for success.
for a success on the board
I'd
anyway.
wager it could have been bigger. You know what? I'll meet you at 10.
Okay.
You're right.
Thank you.
I'll
Kane,
meet you at 10.
out of 100, 58. 20 on food, 28 on brand, 10 on success.
Okay.
So, do you just want me to average it out? Let y'all know final
Yeah,
score?
average that out.
No,
Or
we
do
got
y'all
cost
want
first.
to...
We got a cost first.
Oh, yeah, minus out the
You psycho.
cost.
You almost broke
So
the algorithm.
so for the cost, are we
do you want to go over all the
just
food scores again?
dividing?
Math scores.
Yeah, but 50% is what? So we're gonna take. So how are we dividing the cost though?
It's
Just
the worst
divided by
intro.
3?
No. I mean, that's not how we've been doing it.
I have it roughed out. So,
No, we know. But, however, my order, which was like 13-ish, goes to him.
Mm-hmm.
And
right.
so I get the cheaper one, actually.
That's right.
Maybe I should eat less because I liked it more. But I'm still really, I'm going to go home and eat. I'm hungry.
This
to be
is an
honest.
interesting thing that we've kind of done. So, Rough-to-Mittly Kane, minus 16 on cost, so about $14 for the meal,
Oh,
and
because
then
Frosty.
extra for the
Yeah.
Frosty.
Oh, so true.
Or Austin, Kane's meal, only minus 9 because it was a biggie bag of $5
It
bag
was their,
and a large fry.
equivalent dollar menu of the modern era.
And the extra fry for the set.
And so,
We can count that against them.
Yeah,
On
of
both
course
of
we
us,
could.
actually.
Yeah.
So, yeah, subtract both
Yeah,
of us.
I'll meet you there. Put the fry on mine
I'll
too.
meet you there. Show, do you want to just like take off an extra 2 points?
all right.
On
Yeah.
Kane specifically?
Yeah.
Not on mine. I liked mine.
So,
I
minus
agree.
cost.
Thank you.
Austin, total score,
Should be 71.
68.
How did that happen? I thought it was at 79.
77.
Okay. Lost
Minus
my
9,
mind.
68. Still quite high.
68.
Kane, out of 100,
Yeah.
40 out of 100.
I think that's still,
It's still
It's
pretty
highest.
high.
It's still really,
even a 40
I
would
know
still
that
be our
people
highest score we've given
don't
yet.
say that like you got a 40, you passed the class, but I think
I
it's
think
like a
you pass
passing
our
grade. I
class.
think it's like a passing grade.
Well, hold on. Here comes the curve. What's our average?
what's the curve?
Yeah, what's our curve?
Combined points together,
Yes.
108 for a total score.
108 out of 100? Wow.
For a total score of 54 points.
That's
50?
100%. 54 out of 100?
4 out of 100.
That tracks. Because you know what? All of this, I don't really want to go back.
It feels flip of the coin,
Let's-
doesn't it?
Yeah.
In fact, it's almost like the rating system itself is so arbitrary. Can we put up the scores of the other ones that we've rated at this point up to
Yeah.
here? And I just want
And
to
it
see
makes
like
you feel
above
bad.
us, just sitting above our
Yeah.
heads.
Hey, future Austin.
And if there's any like
do more work.
discrepancies in the points totals,
And can you actually like put in future Austin?
Yeah.
Our previous scores, like while they're being scored, like the videos of them, because you should save these project files totally.
Oh, that's
and
smart.
So, yeah, and so you're gonna put like
can I request
Like,
something from Austin?
Crystal right here, Zaxby's going back and
AMC.
forth, and then
AMC spinning in a circle.
Yeah, spinning, but only on Show's cam.
That's good.
That's good. All right.
I
get rid
see
of
it.
all
All right. Yeah, wipe all that off the screen.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out
Excellent.
of here.
It's fucking magic.
Too bad we had to blow all the budget of the show on that math magician.
that. Damn it! Now we have to pay the editor, and that's how I did fraud.
Oh, man. So 54. Honestly, one of the higher scores that we've had on the show.
That is our highest score, other
Yeah.
than the Great Lost Relic.
Do you think that a 54 represents, this is the number 3 burger
burger
brand. Does a
chain in
54
America.
represent the number 3
Yeah, they're number
fast
3.
food?
Yeah. See how you said number 3? And
I
not number
think
1
so
or 2?
because here's the truth
Well, number 2's
about
first.
the show and food math too, right? Is that like
It works every time and it's perfect. is
based
what
off
you're
what
about to say.
how we've determined the 50, 30, 20 and the subtraction, you could never get 100.
No, it's totally possible.
If you paid, like if you didn't pay for the meal and you got paid for it, so you could add
It's
at
an
the end.
option.
I guess so.
You got free food. It's an
But
option.
what I'm saying is though that like 50 is not 50 to 100. You know what I mean? Like we're
Okay,
never
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
get
yeah,
100. So like 50 doesn't really mean 50.
So 50
50 really means like 70.
No, it means 54.
It
is
means
what
like
we
well
got.
54 means
telling you,
but
you can get
54
100
means
out of
58.
No, it says the score is out of 100. You can get 100.
So you're actually impressed.
I'm actually impressed
I
and
think that sounds
Not unhappy?
no, I'm impressed and unhappy.
good. Because you
both
didn't like your meal,
yeah.
but you respect
Yeah.
that my meal was better.
Yeah, I respect
This is what you
that
wanted.
the meal that I wanted was gonna be better.
I fucking love
I
Show.
do respect
I
that.
know
Show
that
got what he ordered, so that's pretty cool.
In theory, you ate the 68.
Right.
In theory, you
You
ate the 40.
and no,
you have it backwards,
ordered
but yes.
the
No,
68.
because in theory, you would
You
have
ate the
eaten.
right.
You would have eaten the 68.
would've eaten.
and you would have
That's
eaten
what
the 40.
I wanted. I wanted the 40.
and you wanted the 40.
I did.
Interesting.
Yeah, because that's where I like my fast food. Is around
That
the
makes a lot of
54
sense. That's
range.
why you capped the score at 50 for the food. That makes a lot of sense.
No, you can get 100.
No, but you rate the food out of 50, you said, not out of 100.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Any final thoughts on the way
I
out?
did get confused. What's up?
Any final thoughts?
I think we're good. You should go and order what I ordered. Don't get the pretzel baconator. It's actually not very good.
But if you want the full experience, you need to order both.
But if you want the full experience, you gotta get all 3 of our meals. And
No,
eat 'em.
you can ignore shows.
You
I
can
think,
ignore
for
shows.
the rating experience. If you want the like behind the scenes look, well, because you're like,
I have the most basic.
no, it's not that. It's that for the score.
Yeah, right,
This
right,
is
right,
the
right.
score, and then if you want a better palate, you order what show got as well,
There you go.
which was a double.
Dave's
cheeseburger.
double.
Yeah, it was a double cheeseburger and fries that he stole from us. Kind of. They all stole from
Wait.
me.
Oh, I did steal them from Kane,
Actually,
technically.
true. Well, he stole it from the set. All right, bye everybody. I'm in Austin.
Subscribe.
Sub.
I'm-
Oh yeah, subscribe. Go watch
subscribe.
more Cougar Feud.
Cougar Feud.
Well, Cougar
MetaModern
Feud's done.
Roundtable.
Holy shit.
Wow, yeah. Cougar Feud's probably done when this comes out.
Oh my god. No, it's definitely done.
Definitely
Go
done.
watch the clip show. That might
Go
be
watch
out.
the clip show. Keep up with any of the new stuff we have coming out, which is going to be forever and always.
And yeah, forever. Or until one of us dies.
Do you know what I love?
Which is never.
Never. And don't be afraid to come back next week to watch this food review show. Also.
Yeah, every week, baby. We're doing weekly.
Yeah.
Maybe before this airs, actually. It should be weekly before that.
Let's just
All
flip the ball.
Well,
All right.
let's go. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.